Today I'm gonna show you how you can make your own plaster of Paris or similar material busts, statues, heads from a 3D print and without using any silicone molds. And the cool thing, this method is not only fast, it's also super cheap. I'm Denny, and if you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe. Normally, or lately, I've been doing microwave metal melting videos where we use an ordinary household microwave to melt metal. Yes, you heard it right. For example, this mini cast iron skillet was made by using a microwave oven. So if that's something you're interested, check out the videos. Alright, let's jump right into it. So the first thing you want to do is find the model you're gonna turn into a plaster of Paris bust or a statue. In my case, I'm using an avatarish looking model. So next thing we'll do, we'll need to make it hollow. However, it's not your ordinary hollowing. It's a reverse hollowing or outside hollowing, even though it doesn't really make sense, but it will soon. For example, if we have a model and we hollow it using traditional methods, so to speak, you will have a model left with a shell and hollow inside. However, the inside actually will lose detail. The detail will not be preserved. By using this outside hollowing, we're actually adding the material from the outside, so the outside doesn't look great, but the inside will have all the details, and that's important. Unfortunately, not all the slicers offer this kind of hollowing, but one that does, it's called Voxel Dance Tango. Unfortunately, it's not free, but they do have a trial version that you can use for around 2 weeks and all the features are available. I'm sure there's other slicers or other software that you can use, but I'm just not aware of it. So if you know, please leave a comment so we can all learn. Probably you can do it in a Blender, but I personally don't know how to use Blender. I only know how to use microwaves. So now we can import the model into the Voxel Dance Tango, and you can just scale it up, change the size, make it big if you want. Now don't worry if it doesn't fit the build plate, because we're not gonna be printing it. We only use this software for hollowing. So once that's done, select hollow and choose the wall thickness. I usually go for 0.8 millimeters, because if you go lower, sometimes the print doesn't print that great. You might end up with some holes. And if you go higher, yes, that works great, but too high will make the model thicker, which can be not as good for demolding it later. So I would say try with 0.8 and then, play it by ear. In hollow type, make sure to select outside. And then you just save the part as a new STL file. Then import it into the slicer that you're actually gonna use. In my case, it's a Prusa slicer, and it will depend on the model, but in this case, first thing I did was cut off the bottom. And then I flipped the mold around, I added some supports, but in this case I didn't use internal supports. You can if you want, but for demonstration purposes it was just easier to do it without internal supports. So we're just gonna print it using PLA filament. So now we can mix some plaster of Paris, ultracal or a similar material. In my case, I used some old plaster of Paris that I didn't like, and I didn't use it for my metal melting projects. It can depend on the plaster, but I find that it's better not to wait too long for the mold to extra cure. You don't need to wait 24 hours. It's actually better for the mold to be quite wet. So in this case I only waited 1 hour. The mold was actually still a little bit warm from the plaster, from the chemical reaction. And then I proceeded with the next step, which is microwaving. We microwave it in a plastic bag because you want to trap all that heat and steam. That will soften the plastic and you'll be able to remove it. And we'll do it by using scissors. And this might sound like a silly tip, but make sure your scissors are sharp. I did get quite a few air bubbles, but that's because I was mixing the plaster like I would beat an egg. In other words, there's better ways how to mix it, and I could also shake the mold and stuff like this. Anyway, it was for demonstration purposes. But there's one more thing we can do. If you do get any layer lines, well, the plaster is wet, you can easily buff them out. Well, that's it. I only removed a few of these layer lines for demonstration purposes. I think this came out awesome, apart from a few air bubbles here and there. This is a great way how to make your own plaster busts. Well, that's all I have for you today. See you next time.